Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to the Eagles Talk post-game. First week, Eagles versus Falcons. As you can see, it was a blowout. Our Philadelphia Eagles dominated this game, dominated a lot of good things to talk about today. I'm so excited, and as I guess you guys are too. It's just overwhelmingly blowout game, and we got to see the first team that we did not get to see in the whole preseason, and it was very, very encouraging. Very, very encouraging. Top 10 defense, I got a running bet. I got a bet on the season. Top 10 defense. I think our defense has jumped out to a good start for me winning that bet. But let me go to my co-host Pat and Nichelle. What's going on, guys? How do you guys feel about this game?
Yes.
Look, I can't because A, I don't have my earbuds, and B, my food is here after a long day. But Pat, who's your mama? Who's your fantasy mama?
Yes,
you talked all that trash. I just gotta say that's my quarterback.
My team is trash. My team is trash, but our team won today. So I don't really care about that fantasy right now. I am getting destroyed. But at the end of the day, victory!
Yes, victory is in order. Nichelle and Pat is talking about their Eagles Talk Fantasy Football League matchup. They matched up this week, so there's going to be a lot of smack talking this week.
It's not.
And
No, it's not. It's
Nichelle is just killing him. But anyway, our Philadelphia Eagles, man, what a performance, man. I got to go right to the comments here and welcome and see what you guys have to say about that. Yeah, JT says we won. Diane, Philly. Frank, wow, is right. Kiara, put some respect on Hurt's name. Yo, and I know, my co-host Nichelle would She's always been a big Hurts person from the beginning, and even to the point she drafted him. So I know you're just gloating or glowing with like respect for your son here, watching him come out and perform the way he did today.
Yo, I don't think she carry.
Oh, all right, okay. So I know she is though because he came and he showed up and he showed
He's
out,
gonna be a
and
problem.
he is going to be a problem. I know that defenses are going to get game film on him and make adjustments, but today was impressive. We have today to go by, and today was impressive in what he was able to do, and the play calling that Sirianni had today. We were worried about that. At least I was very concerned about his play calling, and he seemed to have called a good game. A good game. I'm not going to
Hmm.
say it was perfect because some of the fourth down calls were, and I don't know if it was his fault for calling them or whatever, but they
There
were
was
not
there was executed. There
executed
was
at all.
executed penalties. Basically derailed a great game. Besides that, I mean, the play call could it was some plays in the first quarter. I said we left some meat on the bone, and I know Hurts is going to say that in this interview. He left some checks on the field, especially that short throw to Ertz. In his words, Reed, I saw Reed, Greg Ward broke open right in the middle of the field. And instead of just staying in the pocket and delivering it, he took off. And that's another thing. I understand his ability to run and get open, use his feet to make plays. But sometimes you got to stay in that pocket just a tad. One more second later, it hit that wide receiver streaking down the middle of the field. But besides that, I mean, the change up, the adjustment by Jonathan Gannon for our defense from that odd man 3-4 front to the just putting four down linemen and say, what you going to do when we put our hogs up front? That was a huge difference because they were killing us with the run.
Yeah,
Listen, they were killing. They had over 100 yards with us in the first half running the ball. I
yeah,
stayed there into the fourth quarter. So I'm happy with this win. There's a lot we can build off of, and let's go, man. Let's go.
yeah. Let's go. Some comments out there. Jeremiah says, still not sure how I feel about that first half defense. Yeah, that first half defense was it was shaky to
Hey,
me.
Jannar Avery fell. He got tackled. He got blocked by a ghost.
Val says, listen on Eagles will beat Atlanta's Falcons every day. Yeah. Well, we saw it today. We got them today, and that's all I'm worried about now. We beat them today, and that was an impressive win. Uh, we're not expected to do much, but these first 4 weeks are supposed to be one of the toughest stretches in our season, and we get off to a 1-0 start. That is very encouraging, and we do so in such a manner where you can feel very encouraged about what you saw today. You saw we put up 32 points here today, and we held the opposition to only 6. And we said that we were more concerned about their offense versus our defense than we were concerned about our offense versus their defense. And we saw today that our defense came out and did some very impressive things, especially when and it works in tandem, offense with defense. So especially when we give them a lead to play with, we were actually able to kind of dictate
Mhm.
where Atlanta could do in the second half. They had to go. They had to try. They were playing catch up for the most
Yeah.
part, thanks to the job that the defense was doing and limited them in scoring opportunities and the offense and putting up some points. And once we pinned our ears back in the second half, that was a wrap. You saw what this defensive line could do when you win this one-dimensional game, and we saw that late in the game. And our defensive line went to work, and our defense showed up, and they did a hell of a job today. So I'm very encouraged by this blowout win. You know what I'm saying? This blowout win. We got some things that we need to work on. We're not competing for a Super Bowl here. I mean, we're not Super Bowl contenders in that language yet, but this is very encouraging. Coming off a
Yeah.
4-win season the last year and this opening game, I'm very encouraged by what some of the things I've seen today.
This duel between Hertz and Smitty, that's gonna be a dynamic duel. Like he was moving and finding him. He was getting open. I just can't wait till we actually start hitting on all cylinders. I mean, not committing penalties. Jalen Hurts actually becoming more of a pocket passer and using his legs to actually get the the passing lanes open. Being that threat like Russell Wilson does, because Russell Wilson can run every single time, but he doesn't. He moves his legs to get things open. I'm excited for this team because that win was needed. That win was definitely needed to shut up these critics to say that Hurts is not accurate. This dude, what was he? 27 for 35, 264, 3 touchdowns.
77% passing. We know it's only one game, but that's very encouraging after a big part of his the big question was his accuracy and what and he could he be accurate, and he
He was
showed
efficient,
today that he can be efficient. You know what I'm
very
saying? It's
efficient.
not accurate, but he was efficient today, very efficient. So
Jordan Mailata killed a defensive back today.
yeah, he did.
On that regular touchdown, he literally destroyed that defensive back. I don't know how he's going to make it to work on Tuesday, or he might have to call out because that was murder.
All right, Philly Ray says San Fran will be a good test, I believe. Yes, that will be a good test.
Mhm.
Um, that win was exciting. It was very exciting. It was, oh my goodness, this would have been a great time for us to had opened up at a live remote. We
Oh,
would the energy in the place would have just been
yeah, yeah.
spectacular on the opening like this. Unfortunately, it was not. We weren't able to do that, but we will be coming to you guys live somewhere soon, and I could just imagine what it had been had we been there and all the with the points we put up too. And we have a great time when we come up when we
Mhm.
go live from a location. We have a great time. The crowd is in it, and I could just see us exploding today because 32 points, 32-6, man. This was great. This was a great win, man.
Hey,
Defense,
that's
offense.
a
It was a
blowout. You know that's a blowout. That's literally a
us.
blowout. That's not just a victory by we won by a last second field goal. That was a blowout. The game wasn't even close. When it was up 22-6, it felt like they was up 40-6.
Yeah, yeah. You just knew that Atlanta didn't have anything
Mhm.
to deal with the defense that we were putting on them, and they were one dimensional. They had to get back in the game. They were playing from so far down at a point that you knew that it was going to be passed. And once JG pin got his dogs to pin their ears back, man, and
Mhm.
they wrecked havoc
Yeah.
up there. And they were, and the defense overall had a good day. I mean, it was kind of shaky in the first half, like you
Mhm.
said. They gained massive yardage in the first half on the ground, and I was worried, and I was like, oh, this don't look like a top 10 defense. This is
Yeah.
not great. I mean, it was only by by miracles that we only gave up 2 field goals in that
Mhm.
first half. That was a miracle in itself. The way they were moving the ball up and down the field on us. But in the second half, they kind of shored up some things, and once it became a known fact that that Atlanta had to pass the ball to get back in this game, and it was
Mhm.
over after that. It was
Yeah.
over after that.
How about Kyle Pitts not being a factor like everybody thought he would? Like,
Mm.
I mean, for this kid to be talked about nonstop since they drafted him, be how he's going to be a difference maker. He wasn't even. He was an afterthought. He had what 4 catches for 31 yards, and those was like oh he caught the ball today. I didn't know. We didn't notice him. This defense is the defensive backs. Slay had a pass breakup, but if he were to put his other hand up, he had a pick six.
Right, right,
So I
for
think
real.
this defensive backfield, as we get healthy and McLeod comes back, we're gonna you're gonna see some dynamic changes with these guys, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh, me either. Let's go to some comments. Lathan says, Hurt's been a gamer since college. His play did not surprise me at all. Way to start the season. And there's some big Hurts backers out there will probably echo what he's saying right there because um, they always had believed in him and they had high confidence in him. And this is a day for you guys to gloat. I know there's 16 more games to go, but you have your moment to shine. All the
Mm.
Hurts backers out there, because he did perform today. Justin says this was a blowout win. It was a blowout win, and who would expect that? This 4-12 or 4-12 team from last year would come out and have such a convincing win. this season, and I know it's only the first game of the season, and I know we didn't go up against a playoff contender or anything like that, but still, for us to come out and do what we did, good teams. If a team is inferior, and a good team should beat them, we beat them, and we beat them convincingly. So, I'm not saying that we're Super
Hey
Bowl
man,
contenders right now, but we're taking this win, and we're very very excited about the direction we see this team going after just this one game.
they said this game was a 3.5 spread. I mean, they had the Falcons win. Everybody predicted the Falcons to win. They said, the Eagles are just they're gonna go as far as the quarterback can throw them. Well, their quarterback threw 3 touchdowns today. He looked outstanding. He had a 2 minute drive that they actually scored points with. Uh, there were some things we need to clean up on the offensive line as far as communication and false starts. Once that's cleaned up,
Look here, Michelle says defense will have tackle drills tomorrow.
oh, they're gonna have off tomorrow.
Yeah,
They're gonna have off
they're
tomorrow.
gonna
Listen,
have off tomorrow,
let
but
them
I see
have
what
off
you mean.
tomorrow. Then come back on Tuesday tackle drills. I do understand that, but we got to do understand something that we're still in the filling out phase with our linebackers in game situation. Wilson, I don't think he's our starting caliber. I think T.J. Edwards and Wilson could be like your goal line defensive your linebackers, but Sean Bradley and Alex Singleton needs to be our starting linebackers until Davion Taylor comes back. But right now, those two needs to be our starting linebackers.
Yeah, they were. The linebacker play was impressive today. Man, this was good, man. This was good. This was this was impressive for not knowing what to expect from this coaching staff and this team.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleasantly surprised. I had us. If anything, I don't ever give out a score, but I had us like 27-24 type win, and we far exceeded what I thought it was going to be a tougher game. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was going to be like it was in the first half for throughout the game. I thought it was going to be when we were 7-6. I was like, okay, this is what I expected, a very back and forth close game. But the explosion in the second half and the defensive domination in the second half, I wasn't expecting that. So I'm pleasantly surprised to see this team win in the fashion that they won the game. And this is beyond what my expectations. I don't know about you, Pat. Pat, I know you're a homer. I know that you are
You know I'm a
fanatic,
straight up homer.
but could you have foreseen that this win was going to be such a domination? Could you have foreseen
Well,
that? Were
I,
you
I said
expecting that?
I said it in a pregame. I said if our defensive line, offensive line is able to dominate, this is not going to be close. I said that in the pregame.
All right, well, I'll give it to you. See, Pat, man, look, yo,
Listen,
I gotta get on the fanatical side with Pat there, because Pat, look, he had it. Look, he's saying that this is not a surprise. This is not a
that's
surprise to
not a
Pat. Pat
surprise.
is like,
Listen,
I'm all,
we dominated up front.
Pat, Pat, he expects us to go 17-0. So this is
I'm
never
not.
going to
I'm
be
not
a
going to.
surprise.
I'm not going to say that. But you know what? I even looked at it like that. Ryan Kerrigan even played to the third quarter. We had Ryan Kerrigan on the roster. So
Yeah,
the pass rush started getting home. The defensive line started getting nasty when he started going to that 4-man front instead of the odd man front, and it became a much harder game for them to run the ball or to throw the ball. And I like the switch up. I like the adjustment that was made. Unlike our previous coach, who probably was set in that same whatever odd man front he had, if that was his defense. I like the adjustments, and that's well needed. But Dante, I do have to get out of here.
all right. Sorry, Pat's going to have to leave. I was just about to toss this to you, but I'll take care of it.
What you gonna
But
toss to me?
Pat,
I say to what's up? What you gonna
no,
toss
I
to me?
was just ready to go to talk about Hurts to Smith
Oh man,
combination
that's gonna be
today.
an automatic combo. It's almost gonna be like Rice to Young to Rice, or it's a combination that's brewing that's going to look good as long as each player stays healthy for a very long time. That Alabama to Alabama connection is there. Now we gotta get our other receivers involved. I love the ability from Rager, who took that short screen and the melodic killed his defensive back and went for a touchdown. Dallas Goddard is going to be a boss. Even Zach Ertz looked good. Like Zach Ertz looked good before his hamstring flared up. I want to see more from Quez Watkins. But besides that, you know what? I had to say this. I do have to say this. JJ Arthega-Whiteside has some good blocks out there. Sound like a
So
Mac Hollins clone.
that's the best first round pick. I mean, best second round pick blocking wide receiver in the history of the draft, huh? So how we can hang his hat on that, because he doesn't do much more than that, but he's a hell of a blocker
Hey man,
for a second round pick.
you can sneak him
Um,
out there. But I got to get
hey
out of here,
Pat,
y'all.
all right,
Great
take
victory.
care, man.
All right.
All right, see you next week. All right, look, man, that I have to piggyback on what Pat was saying about the fact that Devontae and Hurts combination look very, looks comfortable, look like they are familiar with each other. It worked today. He was the most targeted, 71 yards and a TD. And the play that he caught his touchdown on, I watched him the whole. I just focused in on him because he was in the slot and Ertz was on the outside, and Ertz got enough of a rub on his defender where it was just a perfect play and a perfectly thrown ball by Hurts, and it was an easy touchdown grab for Smith. So that was very, very encouraging to see. Our first round pick, that Alabama connection, coming into play for us Philadelphia Eagles. I man, it was good. Six catches, 71 yards, one touchdown. They got Quez involved very early. They did what Sirianni said he would do. He said he would get the ball into the hands of his playmakers, and he ran plays where that was quite evident in what he was trying to do. And we have some exciting young playmakers out there, man. I mean, they're young and inexperienced to a certain extent, but they are in those positions because they're exciting and they're playmakers, each one of them in their own right. Miles Sanders, you saw what Rager did, scoring a touchdown. We saw what Devontae Smith did. So we have some young, talented individuals in the skill positions, and had an opportunity to show their abilities there. Even Gainwell, he got Gainwell involved, and we knew that he was going to be a part of this passing game because we heard so many great things about him coming out of college. But he got a chance to show that, and not even that, but in running the ball, he scored a touchdown. So this offense was very encouraging to see what Nick Sirianni ran today, and see this offense kind of executed. I mean, not all times, because we saw some bad fourth quarter plays there that just weren't executed at the time. But in the whole grand scheme of things, they did a good job of executing what Sirianni placed in their hands today, and that was very encouraging to see this team put up 32 points and shut the other team down to less than 10. Less than 10. If you don't know about my ongoing bet, I bet a couple buddies of mine, that Eagles would have a top 10 defense, and today was a good showing, at least in the second half. It was a great showing on how that defense can operate when things go right there. So hopefully that'll continue. But we had some positive things on defense. This was a win that everybody should be happy about and celebrate, because people are not expecting to get a lot of them this year. So every one of them is important. So I'm going to celebrate this and be very, very happy about that. But let me go to some comments out here. Aunt T is watching on YouTube. He says Hurts is a field general. McNabb and Vic mixed. Been saying this guy was nice. The real is back, and he did show excellence. He had an excellent showing today. Lefty said, I like the way the defensive brought pressure without blitzing. Yes, the defensive line was dominating without bringing a blitz behind. Billy Flores says they all showed up. Yes, they did. They all showed up. Justin said, I need to look at the stats, but I'm happy. He's happy overall. Okay. Nichelle says, I want John Ritchie to apologize. He's a Hurts hater. I don't know if we're going to hear that, but that's a talk show host on one of the sports talk channels in the Philadelphia area, if you don't know who John Ritchie is. Roderick says, yeah, boy, let's go. 6 points, no TDs. Let's go. Yes, the defense didn't give up any TDs today. That's impressive. That's impressive by itself. Loved it, Sissy says. Lefton says, the Devontae has a knack for finding holes in the defense. He was actually open the whole game. He looked good. So that's encouraging that he was open even if he wasn't targeted on that particular play. But, eventually if he's supposed to do what he's supposed to do, and that's go get open. And it's up to the quarterback to find him. So if he continues to do a great job of doing that, eventually Hurts is going to hit him more and more. But they had a good hookup today for a touchdown. It was great. So, man, this team looked good today. And I know everyone out there has to feel as excited as I do about what we saw with the passing game. The running game wasn't as efficient as I thought, but what didn't gain as many yards as I thought. But I didn't have a problem with his play calling and the balance that he had in the game. I didn't have a problem with that. Yeah, those fourth down calls were not were a little questionable, and they definitely were poorly executed. So that's the only downfall I saw in today's game with his play calling. Um, I think he did a good job. I think he did a good job overall for this being his first time calling the game, and the results are there for everybody to see. 32-6, 32-6. So I'm not a professional at this. I'm just going out of a fan's perspective, just like you guys. I'm not a coach, like Pat and Shell and maybe even some of you. But from what I seen, the eye test was good for me today. Let me go to some comments out here. Da-da. Drexel says, when you only win 4 games last year, every win this year will be encouraging. Yes, you're right, and that's how I'm treating all of them. Um, McNabb and Vic Mix, psych, don't respect those two. Those played in a more mature NFL game. So he's disagreeing with a comment that came a little earlier than that. Um, excuse me. Devontae has a neck. Oh, I showed that one. Oh, why is this thing not refreshing here? All right. So, like I said, man, this is very encouraging. Um, I can't wait to see what's up next. We play the San Francisco 49ers next week, and they have a much more sturdier defense. So it's going to be a bigger task. It's going to be a tougher challenge for us to come out of that game with the win. So, but I'm encouraging what I've seen. But next week is going to be a tougher test on what we actually have with this Philadelphia Eagles team, because the San Francisco 49ers defense is no joke. They are no joke. So Sirianni is going to have to go back to the drawing board and see what he can draw up that can be effective against this San Francisco 49er defense. And look, let's say he is successful, and we can actually get a truer barometer of where we are when we play the 49ers defense. So today was a great opening act for Nick Sirianni, but we're going to see some things. We're going to see him have to improve upon that if he's going to beat the San Francisco 49ers. But I don't want to get way ahead of ourselves here. I still want to just relax and enjoy this win from the day, because this was a very encouraging win, and I'm very happy about what we saw out of our Philadelphia Eagles today, man. So look, I'm not going to keep you guys. Has my thing refreshed a little bit? Okay, I got some comments out here. Let me see. Drexel says, when you only have 4 wins oh yeah, I saw that one. Okay, so Young King Ebo says, young team, young coaches, we look great out there. It's about building, and we're in a better position than any team because we're young and hungry. Go Birds. Love this show. Thank you, King. Thank you, Ebo. Man, big loss on Mayor today. Yeah, childhood friend of ours, Mayor from Uptown, Mount Airy, passed away last night. Close personal friend. And, man, I wish nothing but the best condolences and my deepest prayers to his family and all the Vernon Road gang up there, man. Mayor is going to be missed, my man. All right, so Frank, he said, don't feel this good. Drexel, Kittles is a handful also. Yeah, Kittles is a handful also. 3 TDs today, Karen says. Yes, Hurts had 3 TDs. And Deborah says, great start to the season. Definitely a great start to the season. We got to clean up some things, but look, this was a good start, and I'm happy about it. And that's what it is. We're going to ride this wave right here, one game at a time. We're on a one game winning streak. So look, we'll take it. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight, man. Look, thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight and checking out the post game show. Check us as we do upon further review on Thursday, our regularly scheduled time at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. So we'll talk about a little bit more about this game and some of the things after we watch the tape. I'm sorry, after we watch the tape again, we'll have some more things that we'll point out, and then we'll kind of give a little sneak preview up until the San Francisco 49ers game. So check us out on Thursday, man. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For my co-hosts in their absence, Patrick Sandlin and Nichelle, we'll see you guys Thursday. Peace.